As you can hear the chants from the crowd. Let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon. The reporter told you that's what they were chanting, so that's what they were chanting, right? The news doesn't lie. Yes, it does. And here to bring you the lies and what's ignored, sensationalized, and unbalanced, I'm Kristi Leigh, and here's your media malfeasance for the week. A Seattle mother dies from a vaccine side effect, according to her obituary. It says the healthy mother who didn't want to get the vaccine was forced to in order to be a room mom at her child's school. Twitter then shadow bans the story, and it's fact-checked. Yes, they fact-checked the obituary, calling it misleading. I shared the obit on my Facebook page, calling out all the local news stations who ignored the inconvenient truth. Days later, only 2 out of the 4, Como News and King 5, shared the story. And I'll go ahead and give credit when it's due. CNN actually runs an article. I mean, it took nearly a week, but progress. And in case you missed it, BBC put out this headline: COVID-19 in Wales, a third of positive cases are unvaccinated. So that means 2/3 of positive cases were vaccinated? Because I can do math. So shouldn't that have been the headline? But not so fast. There's more. The article says nearly 13% of hospital patients with confirmed COVID were unvaccinated. So 87% of the hospital is filled with vaccinated. So why do they conclude with this? Although 80% of patients have been double dosed with a vaccine, public health officials say this is not evidence that the vaccine is not working and that vaccines keep 95% of people out of hospitals. What kind of weird, wonky math is this? Maybe it's the same strange approach to the English language. When the definition isn't convenient, just change it. We know they changed the definition of vaccine not once, not twice, but at least 3 times now. Representative Thomas Massey points out that according to the CDC archives, in 2015, vaccination meant injection of a killed or weakened infectious organism in order to prevent the disease. Magic! It now means the act of introducing a vaccine into the body to produce protection from the vaccine. And now the literal definition of anti-vaxxer, person against vaccines, Merriam-Webster just arbitrarily changed to mean a person who opposes vaccines or regulations mandating vaccines. Moving on to missing from the mainstream, as usual, pointing out conflicts of interest. As Attorney General Merrick Garland leads the charge to classify concerned parents as domestic terrorists at the behest of the National School Boards Association, did any legacy media dig a little deeper? Isn't it of note that his daughter is married to the co-founder of an education service company called Panorama Education, one of the same companies that is dynamiting our children and selling the very curriculums that parents are getting upset over? So the Attorney General is instructing the FBI to investigate parents who might hurt the business of his daughter's husband. Got it. And in this new world order of no dissent allowed, ESPN has suspended host Sage Steele after she made what the sports network described as controversial comments about former President Barack Obama and the vaccine mandate. And we close out yet another week where most media ignore the bombshell reports about vaccines and their makers from investigative journalist James O'Keefe. The common criticism is that he, quote, selectively edits his reports. Really?
I said, quote, Project Veritas has won every lawsuit we've litigated, where federal and state judges have admitted there was nothing edited out of context, and we've recently won a victory on motion to dismiss in our defamation lawsuit against the New York Times.
And to tie it all up, correction alert. New York Times has to correct multiple statements in its article, A New Vaccine Strategy for Children, just 1 dose for now, including that headline itself. It says the article incorrectly described actions taken by regulators in Sweden and Denmark. They have halted use of the Moderna vaccine in children. They have not begun offering single doses. It also is forced to admit it inflated the number of COVID hospitalizations in children. No, it's not 900,000 since the start of the pandemic, but closer to 63,000 between August 2020 and October 2021. And that's your media malfeasance for the week, keeping them accountable. For KLIM.News, I'm Kristi Leigh.